All righty. So we are now going to turn our attention to another anti-war activist, very much known to our listeners, Cindy Sheehan. She was a critic of the war in Iraq. She lost her son, Casey, to that war. And she is very well known for, of course, setting up that Camp Casey outside the then George Bush's ranch, which received national and international coverage. But Cindy Sheehan has always continued to grow and build in the movement, standing for peace, but also against poverty and for justice for all. And she is now running for governor in California on the Peace and Freedom Party's ticket. Cindy Sheehan, welcome.
Oh, Margaret, thank you. It's nice to talk to you again.
Yeah, nice to talk to you again as well, Cindy. So, Cindy, first off, tell us, you've been an activist for a long time. Now you're running for a political office. Just to get that out of the way, why the Peace and the Peace and Freedom Party, as opposed to the Green Party, for example?
First of all, I'd like to extend my best wishes to Blaze and Teresa. That was quite a tribute you just played for him, or you just gave him. Mm-hmm. But the Peace and Freedom Party is a party that was founded in California in 1967. It came out of the anti-Vietnam War movement. You know, people felt like they needed to also gain political power to realize our goals, our dreams of peace and dreams of freedom. And I certainly resonate with the Green Party on many levels. And I don't think that the Green Party is an enemy of the Peace and Freedom Party or vice versa. It's that we're both struggling to overthrow the duopoly of the Democrats and Republicans, but the Peace and Freedom Party is the only recognized socialist party by the Secretary of State here in California, and I'm a socialist, so I felt like it fit my, my own philosophy and ideology better than the Green Party, but there's really not that much difference.
Yeah, and of course, as you say, it is a socialist party, and you're declared socialist. And for people who think that it's far-fetched to have a socialist elected, they just have to look a bit north to us, to Washington State, I think, to the mayor, woman also, who was elected, or was it city council? We'll look that up.
Right, she was elected to city council.
City council, that's right.
And Shama Sawant was quite a victory for our movement, and we're finding that young people between the ages of 18 and 40, I believe, are more and more affiliating with the ideals of socialism. So, it's a movement that we've been struggling here in the United States for many years to, first of all, overcome the propaganda and the lies that are told against us, but to struggle to spread our message. And that's why I'm running for governor, because I think if you take the word socialist out of it and you talk to people about education as a human right, health care as a human right, housing, control of public utilities, the environment, eco-socialism, if you talk to people about these issues, most people are on the same side we are. And so it's about democratic control of your workplace, of your community, of the government, and it's a horizontal movement, not a top-down movement like the so-called democracy we live in.
Yeah, and Cindy Sheehan, I imagine a lot of what you just mentioned is part of your platform. Tell our listeners a bit about your journey from just the deep grief I know that you suffered then and likely still day in and day out with the loss of your son, Casey, and that anti-war activism. Then what led you to wanting to run for office?
And I apologize because I'm just getting over a little bout of bronchitis. So
I'm sorry about that. Glad you're feeling better,
okay.
but you're sounding great.
Okay, good. Well, I first ran for office in 2008 against Nancy Pelosi in San Francisco for her seat, and I did it because many of us thought that if the Democrats came back into power in 2007, and I only thought that because they told me that they would help us end the wars and bring accountability to the Bush administration. And of course, that we were betrayed, and I don't know so much if we were betrayed as I just wanted to believe them so strongly that I fell for it. But we found out that they didn't. They started to fund Bush's wars as usual. They refused to hold the Bush administration accountable. So I ran against Pelosi in 2008, and
you got like almost close to 50,000 votes,
which
right,
I think. And I came in second.
Yeah.
So that's a very hopeful thing in this run for governor, because now California has the top two primary, and we don't agree with the top two primary. We think it's anti-democratic, but I do have a track record of coming in second against a duopoly, and so I don't really, I really don't like running for office, but I think it's a time where more people are engaged and where you can try and get your message out and you can try and make a difference. And I know that the Democrats and Republicans would love for third parties to just go away, and they would love for us to stop trying to, really beating our heads against the wall to be able to have seats seats in the government. It shouldn't be that way. We should have proportional representation. Everybody should have a political party that they resonate with that actually, has a chance of electoral victory, so we can start having a say in the government.
Yeah.
And so, the Democrats and Republicans, they would love for us just to go away and say, well, we're defeated. You've done everything you could to defeat us, and now you finally have. And so I refuse to give up. I refuse to stop holding the elected officials accountable, because really they have a situation where they protect each other and they don't hold each other accountable. It's the fox guarding the hen house. So we have to build, but it's not just about elections, and it never has been just about elections.
Cindy, I wanted to ask you about that because we just have a few minutes left, and I wanted to ask you about your End Poverty in California program, or EPIC. I imagine that is part of your campaign for governor. Tell us briefly about that.
Well, California, Jerry Brown says that California is back, and it's really just back for Jerry Brown and his cronies and the corporations. 1 in 4 children live in poverty in California. 1 in 5 people, 1 million homeless people. We have a very high unemployment rate. So it's about using the resources and the actual wonderful things we have in California to help 100% of Californians, to lift people out of poverty, to start programs that, like I said, focus on human needs over corporate greed. And I've lived in California like that before, born and raised here with a wonderful education system that had a really good social safety net. And we have to do many things to work together to, bring California back for everybody.
Yeah, well, Cindy Sheehan, for people, of course, here on our show on Pacifica, we're not allowed to endorse candidates, but I have been following your work and have been at events with you and know that you're the real thing. You say, you walk your talk. So for people who want to get involved with your campaign and support your efforts, what should they do?
It's very simple. Just go to cindy2014.org, and there's a variety of ways that people can become involved, and it's getting closer. I know people are already getting their mail-in ballots, so things are getting down to the finish line here, and people can just spread the word. You know, so many people don't even know that I'm running for governor. So just help spread the word, and you know, give people of California a true choice, not just a choice between corporate candidate A or corporate candidate B.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to remember, you know, the California prisoner hunger strike and what the Governor Brown did not do. So Cindy Sheehan, running for governor, the Peace and Freedom Party. She has said that the Peace and Freedom Party has a long tradition of principled activism and electoral experience. It is a socialist party, and as so many people are realizing all of the problems inherent with capitalism, I think a lot of people are really taking another look at socialism. Cindy Sheehan, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Margaret. It was great to talk to you again.
All righty.